Already starting to move through. Owner wants to slip in behind, hasn't gone towards his top side. They should be pinging out the ward. You can see it there going, where the hell's the Jarvan? So Top Esports back away in the bottom side. They know something's
up.
The
brush.
Okay, Owner still hanging around for now. Kanavi, though, has secured his red buff. Jarvan does not win against Trundle in those 1v1s, so Owner's going to walk away.
Great understanding from Top Esports there about the jungle timings from the Jarvan. You can see they had a ward that just died on the Raptors on the top side. Owner never showed, so know that something has to be up. And now it's kind of a reverse of game one, where it was Top Esports to go for the invade and start to fall a little bit behind on tempo when it comes to the jungle. And now it's actually Kanavi who has that advantage.
And now this leaves the bot lane very exposed, an opportunity for a gank. Gumayusi has to invest the ward, and he's going to do that just now. Good awareness from T1, investing that early vision to spot out where Kanavi was. Owner will see him earlier on the red buff. And now this bot lane should feel safer with that vision to push out that wave underneath the tower as their jungler is on the top side of the map.
Yeah, there's so much vision on this bottom side. Oh, he flashed over the wall. Kanavi flashed over to avoid the vision and is now going to come in onto the bot lane.
This could be a big payoff for Top Esports. Gumayusi and Keria backing away, though. So Kanavi, despite trying to get creative there with the angle for the flash, he's spotted.
Yeah, that ward in the river does end up spotting him out. The commitment of the flash ends up not paying off. I think Jackie Love and Hong just gave the play away as they tried to move up, set up for the corresponding gank. Kanavi looking now.
Okay, we'll see if Keria can get away from this one. Remember, the flash already spent earlier, and he is not afraid. Nice tangle barb there into the blooming burst means it's actually Jackie Love that takes the worst of the attempt.
You can see they've already swapped their lanes now as well, but Gumayusi move up the top side. The interrupt, not quite there. Jordan trying to get that ward in the brush to give him that extended hook shot. But now, again, just already we're seeing how much pressure Top Esports want to try and put onto this game. They couldn't really find much in the last one, but so many plays already invested into that bot lane.
Baker just trying to hang around here, grab his last little bit of minions. Colossal Smash will pick up that one, as up in the top side, Gumayusi just continues farming on this Kai'Sa. Does have a nice little lead over Jackie Love on the Corki, but there is some extra minions for Jackie to pick up.
Yeah, it should even up as this wave ends up crashing through and Top Esports end up matching on this top side of the map. But already you can see the game plan from T1 is we want to avoid this matchup. It is so difficult to play against Scream. Gets the lockdown, can have in the area, but they don't want to go for it. Again, like Jackie Love and Hong should be able to punish in this matchup. So as long as Gumayusi and Keria are able to push in a wave and then reset, they should be good. But here we go, top lane again.
Okay, we can see real Gumayusi and fake Gumayusi both hanging around, and there's just the power of this Nico, man. Whether this champion is engaging from stealth for a team fight, whether it's checking vision with the clone, whether it's tanking turrets with the cannon, it provides so much unique utility that no other support does.
I just love that both teams are doing an excellent job of reading their enemy junglers' movements. They're making it very difficult for both Owner and Kanavi to find early ganks. I'm impressed that Owner has actually managed to accrue a CS lead, given that early on, sacking one side of the map really should have cost him a lot, but he's been able to bounce back to great efficiency.
It's because you end up seeing that Kanavi used all that time to gank bot lane, attempted to gank top, whereas bot camps had spawned. So now Kanavi behind two camps as he starts to move into this bottom side of the map. But that was a big load of damage on towards Jackie Love on the top side, and that's exactly where Owner is.
Yeah, Owner level 6, Cataclysm at the ready. Gumayusi and Keria are both injured, however. We'll see if they want to keep looking for a little bit more, because Faker is also here with a hero's entrance. The Jarvan Galio Wombo combo could be exactly what T1 wants. There are no teleports ready on the Top Esports side to try to reinforce this. Hong's going to be in some danger. Hero's entrance is first blood over to Faker, and it's 2-0 T1.
Clean execution from T1 as they shut down the bottom lane. No room for escape whatsoever. Kanavi spotted that entire time on the Dragon, makes the play look smooth as T1 go 2-0 up.
Cream even invested the Realm Warp to try and get up there as well, try and follow Faker, but was just that little bit too far behind. T1 having a masterclass in these early games of tracking the enemy jungler and making sure they just cannot do anything. You can see here, as we get in towards the play, it's very late roam from Cream, and Top Esports already know they're in trouble, but they try to send Anyway, Jackie Love even investing the flash at the end here to try and escape, but there's so much damage in the early stage of the game. The tanking is spectacular, and there's nothing Top Esports can do to cover.
Very well done by T1 as they take an early lead here in game 2. Top Esports, the last hope of the LPL. We're hoping to see more from them in this game, but given the composition that T1 have drafted, like, I'm still struggling to see their kind of avenue of attack.
Okay.
Especially as we get closer to these big fights that we're expecting. T1's composition all very much wants to do the same thing, and I feel like the Top Esports are kind of forced to just hit the target that's in front of them, but there will be many targets in front of them, and they will be coming from every which way, especially with a Camille and a Kai'Sa at their back looking to navigate their way through whatever angle they have available to them.
Well, the angle for Top Esports right now is neutral objectives. They did get the first Drake after the play made from T1 earlier there underneath that Tier 1 turret topside. And now, once more, it's going to be Top Esports claiming all 3 grubs, just like in game number 1. So the kills and the gold may belong to T1, but it's Top Esports keeping themselves relevant with control over objectives.
Yeah, I mean, T1 just don't have the ultimates they needed. Faker not having his, Owners is just only back off cooldown, and looking at Cream now in the mid lane.
Yeah, Cream gets cataclysmed, forced to flash immediately, does not want to lose any extra health on that one. There's no way you don't die if you stay inside that terrain. So Cream now vulnerable on the rise.
You know, Flowers, as a Skarner main, you're very familiar with junglers expecting attacks as a result of their impact in the game. And in the past, it used to be the QSS tax when playing against Skarner. It's the flash tax when playing against the Jarvan.
That's expensive tax.
Oh, it certainly is, and that's why he is so successful in the latter half of the World Championship. It's so easy for him to walk into a lane, throw that ultimate down as Jackie Love looks for a fight against Faker.
I love that from Jackie. He goes in for the Valkyrie to block the Justice Punch from Faker. Now Faker's trying to get away here on the Galio, shielded Duran for a little bit of extra durability, but no! Jackie Love gets his shot.
Faker wasn't ready, but here we go!
369, public execution wants the attempt onto Doran, who uses the Hextech ultimatum defensively back against him. Keria comes in for the Pop Blossom, but he only finds Kanavi. Now Owner's showing up, but Cream reinforces here for the Realm Warp. Gumayushi ready to back up his team. Both sides commit a lot, and both sides decide it's not worth anymore.
Signs of life from Top Esports, and it's Jackie Love that reignites that fire. Skirmish on the bot side ultimately fizzles because Top Esports realize that they're at a numbers disadvantage. By backing away from the play, they know that Jackie Love can secure some plates on the top side of the map and get some gold back for Top Esports.
Again, just punishing the fact that Faker had no flash, and this Nami slow is so painful to deal with for anyone that tries to waddle away. So nice job by Top Esports to find something back, and also to escape on that bottom side, because that looked dicey for a second.
Oh, it absolutely did. Dragon now in 1 minute and 20 seconds. These first items are nearing their completion. I imagine across the board, both sides will reach those spikes ahead of that Dragon spawn. I wonder if Top Esports will look for a fight, but I mean, it's a bit of a creative way to find a pick, because I expected things like the Rise ultimate, as we saw being used towards the bot side of the map. That's the way in which I envision Top Esports finding picks on the map, creating that sudden numbers advantage that T1 can't necessarily respond to, especially when the Galio is so far away. And this is another thing that T1 have to be mindful of. As long as Faker is sitting on the top side of the map, he can't really impact the bot side with his ultimate. So he does now have the TP available. He can look to join the fray, but 369 really going toe-to-toe with Doran in the 1v1.
With this Dragon now in 35 seconds, I am curious what this potential fight is going to look like as well, because you've got no flash on Keria, which is so crucial for finding these big Pop Blossoms, but also how much value can 369 get out of this Ambessa? Because in theory, T1 are all jumping in on top of you, so you're not really going to find an isolated target. Even if he ends up jumping on towards Gumayushi, Gumayushi just ults to the other side of the fight and keeps himself safe. So I really am curious how Top Esports are going to get value from this Ambessa throughout these next few engages.
All right, 5 seconds on that Drake. Kanavi takes a little bit of damage, but nothing that he's going to be extremely worried about here on the Trundle. Owner throws the flag into the pit, but now here in the bottom lane, 369 and Doran continues scrapping as we continue to see 369 coming out on top. Trinity Force completed for Jackie Love. Means a massive point of power there for the Corki, but it doesn't look like he's arriving to the Drake here in time just yet. Keria wants to get away. Nice use of the pillar there. Takes Keria low, and now Owner has to flash out. Flash bubble attempt. Not going to get anything back there from Hong. He misses that as Gumayusi now has to flash away too. It's a ton of damage coming in as Keria is already dead. Jackie Love killed in response. It's Fetal Warfare claimed by T1, but Doran's got to try to continue getting away. 369 looking for an angle. Possibly. He goes for the public execution. 369. Damn, that's fine. He finds Gumayusi at the very edge of the fight to make it 3 kills to 3.
Jackie Love drives the fight forward as he flashes into range of T1, but that gave Top Esports the confidence to chase down the escaping T1 members. 369 finds another kill, equalizes the kill score as T1 walks away with the Dragons.
Sometimes Jackie Love flashing in can be a little spooky, but that was exactly what they needed there. But now 369, flashless, no ultimates, keeping this wave out from the tower.
Yeah, he wants to stop the minions from arriving, but Keria's got the Pop Blossom, and it's a dog pile top lane. Vengeance for Gumayusi as T1 takes out the Ambessa, but the entire time, Cream getting the opportunity to put these Void Grubs to work in the bottom lane.
They just keep going for these picks, and here, Keria steps too far forward, hoping that he can get that Pop Blossom, but the follow-up from Hong means that everyone on T1 has to run away. And Jackie Love, knowing that he's got his chance here, flashing forward, hoping to finish off some of these low health bars, not expecting Doran to come in. But this entire time, 369 is trying to walk up from this bottom side of the map, and eventually spots out 369 and manages to, flash it onto Gumayusi and sets up the play.
Beautiful follow-up from 369. The consequence of all of this, though, is that Doran has been left isolated in the top lane. He will secure the first tower, and it looks to be the feats of strength as well for T1.
There it is, yep, exactly right before the Tier 1 turret could have faced its own potential doom on the T1 side. I'm always impressed when a team that loses all 3 Void Grubs still manages to secure the first turret of the game for themselves. This is a 14-minute feats of strength versus the 28 minutes from last game as Owner goes in for the Cataclysm onto Jackie Love. Doran now ready with a Hextech ultimatum, and here's the hero's entrance. Jackie Love first to die as Doran's got to try to find his way back out. Owner jumps in with the EQ combo, but Kanavi's ready to take a bite out of him. The Troll King leads the charge as Doran gets a nice Hextech sweep for a little bit more HP. T1's not done yet as Keria still looking maybe for a root here, but T1 are just going to take their kill, disengage. As now it is the turret dying in the top side on the T1 side, thanks to 369. Faker with a Justice Punch away from the Nami bubble.
They just walk Jackie Love down. They overextend trying to look for the tower, but Doran doesn't end up, or just moves down towards mid. As we get to see here, just Jackie Love, oh my god, that damage on the Gumayusi was insane.
That was crazy. So Jackie Love gets a kill in the mid lane, and then T1 look to punish. And I mean, you're seeing the combo right here. There is no room for remorse as Jackie Love is instantly shut down. Top Esports tried to get something back, but there's little available for them. We have to go back to live because the Herald is going to be secured, and the pace of this